Hello, and welcome to another video where I talk to nobody for an arbitrary amount of time about nothing. um, I hope everyone's doing okay tonight. I appreciate the amount of support I got on the last one. I know it was just a short little 5-minute clip or whatever, but I kind of like making the shorter, sweeter little talks like that. I've been known to kind of talk a lot. Um, in people who know me, I tend to say a lot of words to get a very simple point across. um, I don't know, I think that's because I kind of feel like words are an art form, and any poet, I'm sure some poet out there somewhere said that, but they really are an art form. And people can people I think about it, people have used words to rule countries. I mean, look at Adolf Hitler. I know, bad example maybe, but his words essentially got him to where he was at. It was his speaking ability that got him to where he was at. Donald Trump, for example, it wasn't necessarily, not everyone loved him, but he was unique in the way that he spoke and the way that he presented himself. And for that reason, a lot of people supported him, because they knew that he was different. He was a different face than the all the political higher ups that he was running against, and that people were so used to seeing. Everyone's used to seeing a trimmed up, prim and proper, big smile politician, and now they saw a trimmed up, prim and proper, big smile businessman, and that was something that people weren't necessarily used to, and something that a lot of people didn't necessarily embrace right away, obviously. And but he would go on to do um, what he did. Basically, I'm not here to talk about Donald Trump. I'm here to talk about today, something that I've been thinking about all day, is the uniqueness that we all have as individuals. And it's such an amazing thing, but it's so, I mean, whether you believe in evolution or not, we all came, this is what I think, we all evolved from something. All right, humans came from something. We started out as something, and we became something else, and over millions and thousands, whatever amount of years, we grew and we changed and we adapted. This survival of the fittest sort of mentality, that's the reason the human species survived. And that's pretty spectacular. If we look at what our bodies are really capable of, that's pretty that's pretty amazing. Like, we look at other animals in the animal kingdom, their bodies and their nervous systems and all those things, they do certain things to that they learned to do, or their bodies adapted to do over millions of years of evolution. And humans are the pinnacle of evolution. We are the pinnacle. We are the top notch. We are the top dogs of this food chain. We are everything that every other animal was supposed to be. We evolved with something that we may not be as strong as other animals. We may not be as fast. We may not be as ferocious. We don't have fangs, unless I got kind of sharp canines, but you know what I'm saying. What we do have is something that no other animal that has ever existed in the billions of years that this earth has been around has. We have this, the brain. Now, think about how spectacular the brain is really quick. We oftentimes take it for granted, because my brain is what is allowing me to get on here and talk like an idiot for whatever amount of time I want. It's what's producing this teleprompter of words into my head. And it's connecting me to my nervous system, which is connected to my muscles, which is causing me to make sound and say words. So all of this is the engine, this is the CPU, this is everything that controls this. All of this, this is where it all comes from. That some piece of some organ that big, filled with a bunch of gray matter, billions and trillions of neurons moving around in there. It's a computer that we will never be able to understand. And yet somehow we use it every single day. Our whole lives, our brain is being used our whole lives. From the moment we are conceived, or from the moment, I guess I don't know when the brain forms in the process of the baby's growth, but from the moment the brain forms to the moment that we die, our brain is being utilized by our body. Like, that's pretty cool, right? So a lot of people take that for granted, though. You know, it's you use something for long enough, and eventually you kind of take it for granted. That's a natural tendency. You know, you drive a Porsche every day since you were 10 years old. Obviously, you're probably gonna, I mean, you go and see another Porsche, it's cool, whatever. You go buy a Toyota Corolla, like I have sitting in my driveway right now. It's gonna be like, oh, this is a piece of shit. But if I go from my Toyota Corolla to then a Porsche 911 Turbo S, probably gonna appreciate that a little bit more. So what am I talking about? The brain is like, you know, at some point in our lives, we have our Toyota Corolla of a brain. And eventually, over the years, the idea of what your job as a human being is to expand your knowledge, expand who you are as a person, and then reproduce. And so that your offspring can pick up where you left off. So we just keep becoming more and more powerful, more and more intelligent, more and all these things. So the idea is for us to expand our knowledge as much as possible in our lifetime and then pass on that knowledge to our offspring. A lot of people don't necessarily do that. A lot of people are born with their Toyota Camry, their Toyota Corolla of a brain. Not that there's anything wrong with Toyota Corollas. I love my Corolla hatchback. It's my baby. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we all start out, you know, driving a little smart car. And eventually, you know, you start to learn more, you start to do more, you start to expand who you are as a person. Then you maybe get a little upgrade. Your brain, get a new model up there, you know. It's and I understand cars probably aren't the best analogy for this, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Through the expansion of knowledge and the expansion and the deepening of who we are as people, our brain just keeps growing and growing, and not growing, but expanding in ways that we can never really understand. I mean, we understand the brain to an extent, but we don't really understand the brain. I have this computer in front of me here. This computer is 1/1000th of the computing power. It's probably even less than that, of a fraction of what's up here. Now, me personally, I'm a little dumb. I'm not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. I don't know. But still, the potential that this has is more potential than any computer will ever have. And that's pretty spectacular. We understand these things like the back of our hands, but we don't even understand what's in our own head. Like what? Yeah, so I get the point that what I wanted to sort of bring myself in a little bit. What I wanted to get on here and talk about was never stop expanding yourself. Never stop trying to learn more. Never stop trying to do more. I mean, we evolved throughout human history with that mentality of always wanting to do more, always wanting to learn more. We came from settlers moving in 1865 or whatever. We came from point A and we got to point B, where we are now, because of the constant pursuit of knowledge and experience that humans naturally drive for. Be a part of that human race that wants more, that wants to drive for more. Demand more of yourself, demand more of your peers, demand more. Be someone that wants to push others to do more. You can't force others to do anything. But what I've learned in my experience in my life is that you lead by example. I'm a personal trainer, for example. If I looked like I could know everything there is to know about personal training, but if I look like shit, I'm probably not going to get many clients because, oh, this guy doesn't practice what he preaches. If I look good, then people might actually want to work with me because they're like, okay, he looks good. Maybe he knows what he's talking about. You see what I'm trying to say? You lead by example. If you want something in life, or you want others to follow you, or to do if you want others to do something, you have to lead by example. I want to create a generation of men and women and just people all around the world who are healthier, stronger, happier, more physically fit, more content with their lives mentally. And I have to do that by doing everything I can to manifest that into reality and trying to create that. I have to be that in order to show that that's what I want for the world. It's not easy, and I'm going to be working on that until the day I die. I will never be perfect, but I will always keep trying to be. Always trying to be a better partner. Always trying to be better for myself. Always trying to be better for the people I care about, the people I love. Being a good partner is not easy. And it's like you want to be a good partner, but then this side of your brain, no, we need to do this. This is the right thing to say. This is the right thing to do. Then you got the other side of your brain, the immature side of your brain, that always is pushing you to do the immature thing that's easier. It's easier to be immature. It's easier to let something get to you. It's easier to care, almost. It's hard to detach. It's hard not to care about certain things. Learn to detach. Learn not to let certain things get to you. Learn to know what to care about and what to let go. Learn to be a better partner. Always be trying to be a better partner for the benefit of the human race. Always try to better yourself, try to better your loved ones, try to better your people around you. Lead by example for the betterment of the human race. Thank you guys for joining me on this little 12-minute journey. Yeah, if you like this, comment what you want me to talk about next. I kind of just get on here and I say things because I think I'm pretty good at saying things. I've been told I'm pretty good at saying things and like putting words into sentences. Trying to get better at it though. So I guess I'm just practicing talking. But if you like it, follow me on Instagram at Will Wads, or yeah, comment whatever you want to see next. Thank you guys.